well, Independence Mine. It's a few minutes early, but I'm gonna just go live now because I have to hike back out. And yeah, so it's very, very snowy and cold. I'm not used to these cold temperatures. But I won't be live for the whole entire time tonight. I gotta be live for like the next 20, 30 minutes because then I'll be back at my car and be driving. But this is the Alpha 1. Hey, Maddie's Drone World. This is the Alpha 1. I recently got it thanks to Eddie Nunez. I've been up here testing up here. And today I've been actually testing and filming the DD4, a new microphone that they just announced. And really cool. Also, I am not, I've been in the South way too long because I'm not used to this cold weather. And I figured the only way to get used to it is to come out here, freeze my butt off for a day, and then hopefully my body adjusts. But so far, I don't feel like it's working. And so anyway, if this is your first time joining the stream, welcome. I don't normally do it this way. Normally I'm in a studio or somewhere where I'm stable. But when I am out and about and I can stream, which I can right now, then I try and do that too. So I've done it from a kayak before. And today I'm doing it from the mountains. And yeah, so if you have questions, ask them in the chat. I'll try and answer them. Other people will probably answer them too. And otherwise, we're just going to talk as I'm hiking back down to my car in the snow. Check this out though. It's really, really beautiful. Let's see if I can get, the problem is whoops. Oh my gosh. It was a little bit sunny today. So I decided to run out and just film what I could because it's been really not sunny lately. It is beautiful up here. But so here's the problem with Alaska in the winter. The sun comes up right there. Well, it comes out right there at about 11. And then about 2:30, it's behind that mountain there. So you get very little direct sunlight back in here. And, that's what happens. So, hey, everybody. So I know there's a way I can, oh, there we go. Looks nice. Alaska VFX, hey, you've gone soft. Exactly, Brian. Fly Zone, hey, man. Hey, I got your message about Friday, and I can't do it, unfortunately. I haven't had a chance to reply yet. I will be working and out of town. So, yeah. And where I will be, I don't think we'll have any decent internet. So, but yeah. So, yeah, the A1 arrived. Been loving that. What was I going to ask? Oh, I was thinking about today. Is there any good reason for me to get a Mavic Classic and test it? I don't know if there's any real good reason to. I feel like it's pretty much the same as the Mavic 3. I mean, I guess I could make a video about it, but yeah. And then there was something else. Hey, Secret Creek Prospecting. So I think it was Alaska VFX asked how cold it is up here or what the temperature is up here. I think it's technically about 20 above Fahrenheit. It feels like it's about 2 because there's a nice breeze blowing from back there down from the mountains. So that doesn't help. Also, I can barely see where I'm. It doesn't look this way on the camera on the phone, which I'm sorry is shaking like crazy. Let me swap this around real quick. Boy, this is live stream gold right here. But it's really flat lighting and it's hard for me to see where I'm even putting my footsteps. So, holy crap, Jake. I'm not actually shivering. It's just the camera vibrating really badly. So, yeah. Froze here in Washington last night, Secret Creek. Yeah, it's so apparently we had about a week of really solidly cold weather. And then obviously some snowfall. And, yeah, it's definitely solidly winter in Alaska now. Actually, it has been for several weeks, which is, it is what it is. Thanks, Night Train. Yeah, exactly. First freeze of the year. Yeah, we've got it to where most of our lakes and ponds and rivers are all frozen up already. I mean, the rivers aren't completely frozen, but they have a substantial amount of ice on them already. Holy crap, I'm not used to this. I'm really glad I have good winter gear like this jacket and pants and other boots and stuff I'm wearing, but this is just, I'm not used to winter and cold anymore. So, whew. Yeah, my hands are freezing. I was also testing out, Freewell sent me their wide and anamorphic lenses for the Mini 3 Pro. So I was doing that up here, they're kind of cool. It's kind of fun. Must have good Wi-Fi. No, I'm just on a cell signal. And oddly enough, I do have a good cell signal up here. So, but somebody asked, I heard anything about the Inspire 3? I have not. I really wish that they would release it, and I wish they would release the OcuSync 3 Air units, because I would really like to get a hold of one of those. Also, I am selling one of my cine lifters, one of my Marios. So if you're interested, send me a DM on Twitter or on Instagram. Well, Twitter is better, but Instagram works too. If you're a good FPV pilot and you're wanting to get into carrying larger cameras, filming, it's a good platform for it. I have 2 and I only need 1 because I'm gonna put together a slightly different style of platform for a backup. So 11 black mini, awesome, David Moss, that's awesome. Does not need, well, okay, so it does need ND filters if you're going to follow the 180-degree shutter rule, which you should if you want to get proper amounts of motion blur, of which I've done several videos on now. But can you film without ND filters and the drones? Yes, absolutely you can. So if you're just filming for fun, for you, for family, for the heck of it, because you enjoy it, then yeah, you don't need to worry about ND filters. Just go out, capture the moment, have fun. But if you're wanting to capture footage that looks more cinematic, it looks correct according to what we're used to seeing on television and movies and all that, then, oh Lord. I don't remember this steep part being here. Then you do need to use ND filters to get it set right. Power stations. I did one last year, David Moss. I did one from Blue Eddy. And that thing has been a workhorse for me. I use it all of the time. It is a fantastic one. Hey, Chris Hope. Jeez. I actually have a pair of skis. I just, like backcountry kind of skis. I just haven't had the chance to really try them out yet and see how they are. But I'm not a big fan of snowshoeing. As romantic as snowshoeing sounds, it is a crap ton of work. And so some of the places I want to go and things I want to do, no, I'm just walking right now, reptilian research. I decided to try out some backcountry skis. We'll see. Also, like the times I cross frozen lakes, especially as it gets later in the year when there's overflow, skis are significantly easier to use in places like that. Night train, yeah, exactly. So I missed a lot of the chat. You love your Air 2S, need a Mavic 3 Classic? I don't really think so, Felipe. I don't really think so. Powerhouse 757, that would be a fan. They actually wanted to send that to me, they just couldn't. So shipping anything with lithium to Alaska is extremely difficult. So, holy crap. If I just disappear, it's because I found a massive, oh jeez, a hole in the snow. Like I just almost disappeared. I say there's not much snow up here, but there's a couple of feet. So yeah, probably about, ooh, that wind is cold. Probably about 24 inches. Eddie Nunez, I saw you in the chat. It's been putting in the work there, buddy. Thank you. For those of you who don't know Eddie, cool guy, neat, awesome guy, New York. area, but he helped me get hold of one of these A1s from B&H, and I am deeply appreciative. So hopefully I have a potential job in New York in January sometime, in the New York area, and hoping that we can go down and meet up with some of you in the area. It'd be really cool. So let's see. Eddie's your neighbor, Felipe? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Am I saying your name right, Felipe? It's a guessing game. But yeah. Whew. Also, I feel like I've been really consistently working out and exercising. Walking in this much snow is like walking in really, really fluffy sand, and it's just a crap ton of work. Also, it doesn't help that I'm trying to talk while I'm walking downhill in this deep snow. That's not that deep, but it's deep enough. So, oh man. And let's see. Hey, Paul Feinberg. So Paul, I was just up here filming my tests and review of the DDD4. I'll be posting it as quickly as possible. Really great mic. I think it's probably the best full-featured on-camera microphone for $99 for under $100. It's impressive. And they has lots of features and reputation research. So here's the deal with that. It looks like I am like way the heck up in the mountains, right? Like way up there. I'm only about, what am I, like here? I think I'm about 4,000 feet ish. So has more to do with just me being older and out of shape and not used to walking in snow, and also trying to talk on a live stream while I'm walking out. It's great. So, Paul, yeah, it's, so I think it's on par with the D3 Pro, but obviously like it's considerably cheaper. Plus you get I gotta switch arms again, hold on. Plus you get a dead cat with it instead of just the foam thing. So it's, yeah, and it has some upgrades from the D3 Pro that they just didn't have in the D3 Pro, like the USB port can now be used as a direct interface to a computer, or a with the right cable to a phone. So I know, right? Isn't it cool? I think my favorite one was when I live streamed as I kayaked back in Prince William Sound. I was kayaking outside of Seward, and I kayaked back and live streamed from the kayak while I was kayaking. It was really awesome. So, right, and good lighting. I mean, the phone helps, but also having all of this snow to bounce all of the light back up really makes it great. Super even diffused lighting. So, and I think I only have about another half mile to go. Yay! Let's see, did I miss any questions? If I missed questions, please ask them again. This is a great angle, right up my nose, right? Okay, anyway. Am I going to compare it with the Rode NTG video mic? Yes, I will. Although obviously, like that's more than double the price. So it'll be interesting. But and also the way they tune their mics is different, so that the sound quality will be different. Really, in a virtual set on treadmill? Exactly. Alaska VFX. I'm just sitting in my office on a treadmill, sweating like crazy to make you all think that I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I wish my green skills were that good. Thanks, Felipe. We'll see. Right now the rumors are first or second week of January, which should be a spectacular time to visit New York. But, you know, anyway, so I think the actual area is going to be like the Paramus area. Holy crap, now my cheeks are getting frozen, so I can't really have a hard time talking. All right. Use the NTG mic. Tempted by the DJ. Well, if you have the NTG, Paul, why would you need to switch? Like, that's a great mic on its own. I've got it as well. Honestly, I need to sell a bunch of gear because I have a ton of stuff I need to. Yeah, Felipe, I know it's in New Jersey, but it's right there. I mean, well, at least in my world, it's right there because it's not like several hundred miles away. So, let's see. Carrying a drone in the backpack. Yeah, I've got my Mini 3 Pro back there, and another camera and water and other stuff as well. Whew. Lakeland, Florida. Hey, Kevin. 1 hour away from New York. Yeah, that's not bad, according to, you know, my rules. So, like last time I was there in August, I think, and I drove into New York and went to B&H because I had never been there before, which was really cool. And I hadn't been to B&H before. I've been to New York City a couple of times, but mostly when I was, you know, considerably younger. So, all right, getting down there. I can see my car. I wonder if I could remote start it from here. It'll be all nice and warm when I get back. Well, it's probably looks brighter on the camera than it actually is here in real life. So, you know. Yeah. Hey, life. Nice. Canada. That's awesome. So, ooh, actually, you know what? Yeah. Let's see if I can make it out here. Oh, steeper. Ooh. Oh, that's deep. Now I'm walking in snow up to my knees. That is wonderful. Fantastic. So Eddie, I was up there, which is Independence Mine, way up there, in the kind of nestled in the bottom of those mountains up there. And so, exactly, night train. So I was up there filming and testing the DD4 and the new wide and anamorphic Mini 3 add-on lenses. Oh, let's see. No, Maddie, it's me. It's not you, it's me. It's weird that it's buffering out here in the middle of nowhere. Not technically the middle of nowhere, but ooh, hold on a second. I'm gonna set up my tripod with my phone mount because then we could do this properly. So let me lean you guys here and then we can chat while I So yeah, actually, you know what? That we're gonna do this, do that. Make this easier on myself. That. Almost there. Okay. There. Some here. Phone. And that way I'm not moving. I won't be as out of breath. And let's see, I'm gonna sit over here on this rock. Will this work? I think it will. Whew, yeah, there's a good amount of snow here. So, it's so far away. But anyway, you don't you don't do snow, Maddie. Well then, you should not come and visit me unless it's summertime. But I love snow. I just am not quite adjusted to winter yet. So, you know, what can you do? But it does make everything a very beautiful in a different way. Look at this. You see that? Like, that is deep snow. All right, let me see. Did I miss any questions? If I missed any questions, then please ask it again in the chat. 107 drones. How many hours of daylight? I did see you ask that. Right now, I think we're like 5.5 or 6. We're losing like 6 to 7 minutes a day. And we will keep losing that up to December 21st. And then it will switch. And then we'll start gaining really slowly some light again, which is always nice to know that you're on the other side of, you know, getting lighter and brighter as things go. Stephen Malley, am I high? Not really. Altitude wise, I'm only at about 4,000 feet ish. Actually, I think right here it's like more like 35, 3,600, something like that. It's not that high. I was at about 4,000, maybe 4,200 only. Yeah, I know that's relative, but when you know, you're like 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 foot mountains around. It's, Brian, is that what it is right now? Okay. That seems long. Well, daylight, that's not sunlight. That's like, yeah. I mean, I guess that's right. Anyway, I know we're losing it fast. So, 850. Yeah, exactly. It's, you know, it is what it is. So, but, where am I? North side of Anchorage, Eagle River? No, I'm in Anchorage, night train. I live actually in the city proper. And look, it's wild how different the camera is on this side than the other side. See, right down there is my car and a bunch of people cross-country skiing up here. And then, yeah, all the way. So I was all the way up at those little buildings right there. Stephen, the lighting looks fantastic. If I can get my camera to switch around again here. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't get my camera to switch back around because my gloves would not work, even though they're supposed to be touchscreen gloves. It's, somebody asked about flying the Avada. March 21. It's really pretty up here, Jim. James Smith. Yes, actually, okay, so Stephen, the lighting looks fantastic because all the snow is bouncing all the light back on me. So it gives you just this spectacularly soft light. Flying the Avada lately, yes. In fact, I was filming for a commercial for a tourism company, or tourism board. And I use the Avada to fly for a bunch of it, which was really fun. Keeping my batteries next to my body, not currently. I usually keep them with hand warmers in my backpack, which I dropped in the snow over there. I needed a place to put my camera that wasn't down in the snow, so I love this hat, but man, it gets itchy. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice out today. It was sort of sunny, and then tomorrow and for a while it's supposed to be just like snow and crappy. So yeah. Yeah, it is, Jim. It's super easy to fly that thing. And it flies really well, especially if you dial the rates back a little bit. It flies great. Way better than the other FPV drone from DJI. At least it took a lot less work to get it to fly good that way. They just did better with it. It's pretty quiet, reptilian research. So yeah, the whole like software bug that everybody's whining about, how it falls out of the sky when you do tight yaws like this, is not really a software bug. It's a it's a thing with Cinewhoops, that style, because you've got ducts that block air from coming in the side. It is going to stall out. That's essentially what happens. If you spin it like this while you're moving through the air too fast, then in what you would say is an uncoordinated turn, the drone is sliding through the air sideways or moving through the air sideways without pitching to let air in those ducts. The motors, they're going to stall out, and then it's going to follow the sky. I don't know how much DJI I can do to fix it, but exactly, Night Train. It just is a thing. Like, that's a thing with Cinewhoops, not just that one. So, Eddie, not right now, not really right now. In this area, there's a lot of foot traffic usually, so I don't worry about it too much here. In the summer, maybe this area still has a lot of foot traffic, so I might worry about it more. But you know, I'll carry protection with me and stuff. But right now, I don't really worry about it too much. You always keep your eyes open. In the winter, what can be more dangerous than bear are moose, because they don't necessarily hibernate. Well, they don't hibernate. And they get really pissed off and ornery because they don't have anything to eat or much to eat at all. So they get really, really angry. So yeah, exactly. Exactly, Alaska VFX. They're over there. No, I have seen them over there, back in the mountains a little further. So thanks, Manish. What time is it? It is 4:21. All right, I'll go for a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Many thoughts. Have I had a chance to try? No, Stefan, I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I've been going back and forth on whether or not I would get it, just because I already have a Hero 10 Bones. I will say that the GoPro Hero 11 is significantly better than the GoPro Hero 10. Partly because of the 10-bit, although it's not 422, it's 420, but the 10-bit is, it's better. It just is. So let me switch directions. You can see my backpack in the snow over there. But because it's, it just does better. It does better in low light. I mean, I showed that, my phone airframe, and they're doing much better with the noise reduction on it. It's better than the GoPro Hero 10. So the 11 is somewhat tempting for me, the mini, but I probably not going to get it. I don't see a need for it for me right now with what I'm doing. Snow is all over me. So any more questions? I'm going to go for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to head off into the rapidly darkening yonder. You would say the Insta360 One RS is better? Possibly, depending on which model you get. Oh my gosh, I can't, like my gloves. A6400 Jackson's Drones. No, I don't think so. I had one for a while, and then I also did something with a 6600, but I don't think I actually did a review on them. But good camera. If you're looking at buying one, I would maybe look. I wouldn't buy one now. I would get the what is it? The ZVE 10. I think that's a better camera at the moment than the A6400. Better colors, definitely. Better focusing. So that's where I would go. You hear people? Yeah, there's a big group of cross-country skiers just down over there, all heading up. Jim, do I fly it with the motion controller or the standard FPV controller? The standard FPV controller all the way. I do not like the motion controller. Thanks, Alaska VFX. I don't like the motion controller. I don't know if it's that I like set in my ways or whatever. I just don't like it. So I prefer the standard FPV remote. It is really nice up here, I have to admit. And I mean, I'm well dressed, like I've got lots of layers on, so I'm not freezing, but it is nice. Have one ordered, back ordered. Yeah, that's what I saw, Jim. It's crazy how back ordered everything is. I've been on the list for an FX6 for eight months, and I think I might actually get it in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, exactly. James Smith films. The Northern Lights reflection on the snow cover would be amazing. I don't think I'll get a clear enough sky to catch the Northern Lights before I have to leave for a week of work again, but we'll see. It's a lot cooler than Florida, Paul. Definitely cooler than Florida. Depending on your definition of the word cooler. It's colder for sure. And yeah. So actually, Paul, how far are you from Orlando? I'm going to be in the Orlando area here pretty soon. Whoops. Timbex, how did the Avatar shoot go? It went well. It was incredibly challenging, partly because, Paul, I just answered you. Yeah, I'll get you some details here. It was incredibly challenging, partly because we were operating both in Canada and the United States side. And so going back and forth on the border crossings a lot started to get attention from some of the border agents. And they were like, what are you doing? Why didn't we just see you come through here? Anyway, and of course the environment is crazy because you have lots of mist and moisture from the falls coming up all the time. Fog moves in and out really frequently this time of year. And then the airspace is an incredibly challenging airspace because of what there is in the area. But it went well. We were able to capture, from what I understand, they were extremely happy with what we were able to do and what we were able to capture. And yeah. Joining with Jamie, do I prefer the Mavic 3 or Mavic 3 Classic? I like the Mavic 3. I like the Mavic 3 personally. I run the Mavic 3 Cine most of the time, and then I have a standard Mavic 3 as well. If I were to do it today, I would just get the Mavic 3 Classic and a Mavic 3 Cine for what I do. But that's like for, like I was live streaming for ESPN a couple of weeks ago with my Mavic 3. And then filming for a couple of TV shows. I think if you're doing that kind of stuff, the Cine is important. But if you don't need the ProRes option, then the Classic is a just fabulous option for people that's less expensive quite a bit. And so if I was going to do it today, I would get the Cine because of what I do for work, but I would get just a Classic for like everything else, for photo work, for just regular video. Like if I do the live streaming thing again for somebody like ESPN or something, they were super happy with what we did with the drones. And, so yeah, that's what I would do. But if you're not doing like pro work, then I would just get a Classic. The Classic's really, it's super solid. Same made sensor. I do like the telephoto lens, the telephoto camera, but yeah, the Classic is fantastic. My phone has AI, so it must be right. Exactly, VFX. Oh, thanks, Tim Fox. It's cool, and yeah, I am not quite used to this cold, but it is what it is. So 22 miles from the Orlando airport. Oh, cool. Atlanta City, Orlando. Sweet. All right. Well, I don't know exactly where I'm going to be in Orlando yet, but I will be in the area. It'll be a fairly quick trip. So if I have time, it might be like it's only going to be in the evening, maybe for, dinner or late night dessert or something like that. But yeah, and that's just it, Paul. Like they haven't told me the locations that I'll be filming yet. So, which I have reminded them there are locations I cannot fly in Orlando because of some of the stuff that goes on that is there, theme parks and stuff. So anyway, we'll see. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to. I would really like to meet up with you, Paul, and with Ken. Original Dobo would be awesome on this trip. Like Disney, exactly. Part 107 or 107 drones. Disney is exactly what I was thinking of. And there's an airport there and stuff like that. There's occasionally they'll send me some space. They're like, hey, get stuff here, and I'm like, it is like right next to an airport, and it's in controlled airspace, and like, anyway, they don't understand. They don't, unless you're a drone operator. You don't think about those things. But as soon as you actually start operating drones, at least if you operate them legally, then, you start thinking about those. So, Do I ever fly in Chugach State Park and go through the permitting process? Tim Hux? No, I have not flown in Chugach State Park. I haven't gone through the permitting process. Yeah, so I couldn't tell you. I know I've got friends that have, and I have been, although it's gotten sidelined. Me and a few other people we were pushing the state and the legislature to clarify that rule, because as it's written now, it doesn't really, I mean, it technically doesn't apply to drones, but then again, if you get ticketed or you get caught or whatever, and somebody wants to, you would have to push it through the court system, which is expensive. So I just haven't, but I have been trying. I have lawmakers that are friends, and I've been pushing them to clarify that. And like I'm 100% fine with going. There are no drones at places like Flat Top Mountain, places that are frequented by a lot of people. I totally understand that. But if you are hiking way back in the middle of nowhere in Chugach State Park, I see zero reason why there can't be drones. But the rule was written for aircraft, technically, manned aircraft, and they have sort of applied it to drones as well. But so yeah. Anyway, I just don't, because I don't really want to piss people off, and I am trying to set a good example with drones and other things. So it is what they are. Laws are outdated. Exactly. Alaska effects. I agree. So, in case you forgot, thanks, Bob Casey. Yeah. All right. Totally fair. Yeah. I mean, so I have flown like Crow Creek Pass, but that's all still part of the national forest until you get beyond Raven Glacier, where it changes to Chugach National Park. So, there are areas in the area you can fly that aren't part of Chugach State Park, but they're part of like national forest or other stuff. So it's good to know. It's important to know, so you don't, unintentionally do something wrong and cause yourself a lot of hassle. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Did I miss anything? We all need to set good examples. Yes, 107 drones. And I'll be on Ken Heron's show tomorrow night. I'll be co-hosting with him. I do have a great story, which I think I've shared on this live stream, about traveling with LiPo batteries and how, people are misinformed. And it's important that we do our best to help educate, but also do it in a way that doesn't shut people down or piss them off more, so that they get more angry at drone operators. I think 107 drones, when I was with you guys, that whole confrontation with the police officer, we were all flying FPV drones in a AMA park, or AMA field where it's okay to fly. Anyway, long story short, a police officer came in and was giving us a bunch of hassle about not having permits and insurance, and we all had to be Part 107 licensed and stuff like that. And it was 107 drones. I think it was you, right? Pretty sure it was you. Diffused the situation really well, and then also was able to pull out the information that backed up what he was saying, and just calmly, very nicely helped to make things clear. And the officer did have a point, one good point, and so we flew in a slightly different area of the park, which was like whatever. We weren't flying around people, around kids, or anything like that. But you can, if you get confronted about it, you can come at it with a very aggressive attitude, which is going to escalate the situation and make it worse. Or you come at it from the stance of like, okay, I mean, I hear you and I see what you're saying, but these are the rules and the facts. And so, this is what the FAA says, this is what the TSA says, in my case, carrying batteries on board airplanes. And this is what the airline that I'm flying on also says. So, yeah, so I'll be sharing more of that story tomorrow night with Ken, I think, is the idea. And yeah. Fireproof bags. No, I do make sure everything's taped up. And then sitting at storage voltage, though, so it's not. Bob Casey, I was filming a video for exactly 107 drones. We just moved the gates to the correct part of the field. It's getting dark. I need to get going. Anyway, any around the Anchorage Palmer area, are there any 6 spots you would like flown around Anchorage? But the airspace is always a hassle. Yeah, it is a hassle. Safely under Part 107. I mean, I love flying out here. Independence Mine, Archangel Valley, all of the pass is all spectacular area to fly. I love flying there. Where else have I flown? I mean, I've gone out toward Scenic and stuff. You do have to be careful out there because there's a lot of aircraft flying out in that area. So I love this area. The Hatcher Pass area is fantastic. I also love going out by Matanuska Glacier area, climbing Sheephead Mountain, Lionhead Mountain, depending on what you call it. And that's a spectacular area to fly as well. Airframes, yes, I want to really badly. Last year, I couldn't take it because I was gone, but somebody asked me to come with them on a heli skiing trip that they were filming with people to do drone work for them. And I was like, if I didn't have a job I had to be at in the lower 48, I would have changed my travel plans and done it in a heartbeat because that would have been so cool in Cordova. Maybe, hopefully again this year. So, yeah. On that note, I am freezing and I need to get going because it's getting dark and I got to go home to the family and stuff like that because they're enjoying having me home and I'm enjoying being home with them. So, Ben, you just tuned in. Not sure talking about drones, issues with the autofocus in the 50 to 400. I did not, Ben. Some other people said they were having issues with it. My experience with it was it had a slightly higher miss rate when I was shooting high speed stuff, but not terrible. Like it wasn't awful. So I was pretty impressed with the autofocus performance. That being said, anytime you're on a super telephoto lens where you're like past 200 millimeters and farther out, it is difficult for any lens to get correct focus. I've noticed it with the Sony 100 to 400 GM and the 200 to 600 G. I've used both those lenses and had the same issues when, like, if it's way out of focus and you're trying to focus on something that's just totally blurry, a lot of times I have to help the lens get there and then it's okay. I've noticed the same thing with like the super telephoto Tamron lenses, same issue. So, and that's more just the fact of like when it's close focused, and that's why they put the switches on that are like infinity to, 30 meters or infinity to 5 meters or just close, like 5 to 15 meters or whatever, close to 15 meters, is because it gets so out of focus that the camera can't even interpret what it's trying to find and focus on. So, yeah. Anyway, all right, everybody, I gotta go. I'm freezing. But it has been fun streaming with you all. Thank you for joining the stream today. I hope you enjoyed it. I might leave this one up for the heck of it. Anyway, it's been awesome. I got new videos coming. Actually, quite a few new videos coming because I have a little backed up on videos I got to release. So thank you, everybody, for being part of the channel, for being part of the community. I appreciate it. It's always fun to hang out with you on the Wednesday night streams when I get to do them. If you want to hang out with me and Ken Heron on Ken Heron's channel tomorrow night, I'll be co-hosting his live stream. Otherwise, till then, be safe, be smart, and I will see you all again soon in the next video.